Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project on the 31st of October. Wow, already ending of October. Just crazy. Raining here in southwest Wisconsin, and the cold front's supposed to head in here shortly. I guess temperature is going to change according to things, but yeah, happy Halloween. I don't celebrate it much because we needless to say, live quite a ways out of town. And all of my kids are growing. My daughter gets to experience it because her two kids will be, I'm sure, out and about in spring green and gathering as much candy as they can. But, yeah. So happy Halloween to all of you. And, hope everything goes well today. So, many thoughts have gone through my head lately. We're about a week away, less than a week actually, of finding out who our next president is. And however it goes, that Wednesday, I am sure my life will be the same. I'll be doing a Moose Minute project. I'll be going to work. I'll have to probably have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at some point. My life will go on just like it has after any other election. And we'll just have to work. That's what happens. So I cast my one vote. Everybody, I hope, has a plan to vote. I think it's important that if anything, we are voting. Take time to do that, please. I don't care which way you vote. I really don't. I have a preference, but I'm friends with you no matter what you do. The only time that we won't be friends is when you keep trying to pump your beliefs down my throat. And there's a few that have tried that, and I just walk away. If we can't have adult conversations about it, there are problems. There are problems that if we cannot just talk about it and seeing viewpoints from both sides, let's face it, we're talking about usually politicians that are elderly, white, and wealthy. Usually. And are influenced by people that only have way more money than I will ever see in my lifetime. Unless I hit all the numbers plus the Powerball. Which, in order to do that, you got to play that. Don't do that very often. So, probably not going to see that either. So, if we can have civil conversations and we can talk about it and not name call, we are friends. If we cannot do that, we are not friends. And I just walk away. And it's okay. Hey, small friend circles are okay. If you're sitting at home wondering why your life is what it is, take a look around you. Take a look around what you're doing or where your goals are. And really try to fine-tune things. And talk to people and become part of a circle of similar friends. So if you're trying to become a millionaire and you're trying to become wealthy and stable, not sure you're going to find that sitting at a bar. Not sure you're going to find that sitting in a pool hall. I don't know. I just don't see you finding that there. If you are wanting to become more educated in your field, but you don't want to take training classes, probably not going to become very educated in your field. Because there's only so many times you can test, fail, and retry in your field before people quit using you in your field. So if you are trying to become the best salesperson or become better with your clients or whatever it may be, you need to study. You need to look into that. You need to work on that. And you need to practice it. You know, I always had tough time with salespeople doing role playing because they just wouldn't take it serious because, you know, Chris, we don't have the same feeling, you know. It's not about the feeling, it's about the repetitiveness. So, you know, if somebody walks into your place, how do you greet them? How do you say hi to them if you've never known them before? If you know them, it's a whole different game because you know how to talk to them when they walk into your place. But new customers, new clients, how are the statements going? And how are your employees doing? How are they approaching customers at your restaurant, at your shoe store, at your, you know, salon, whatever it may be? And what kind of questions are they asking? Because that is the vital portion to your business. You know, in the power sports world, it always amazed me that salesmen would try to take somebody to a vehicle without getting any kind of questions answered on how they were going to use it. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and the waitress walks up to you and just says, "Can I get your drinks?" Are they introducing themselves? Are they stating yes, we know we walked through, but do they say, "Hey, welcome to such and such. I am, and I'll be happy to service your table tonight. I'll be here for you." And then do they continue on? Or are they just say, "Hey, what kind of drinks would you like to start with?" And right away, it's just basically a short answer, blah, and nobody says, "Hey, by the way, our specials are taco salad or wings or whatever it may be." And one of the big things for my wife is she always seems to have to ask what the soup is. It seems minor, but the waitress should start off with those highlights. And then also by the end, you know, middle of the meal, "Hey, by the way, to save room for our famous coconut cream pie," whatever it may be. And then the other thing that bothers me when I go out to eat is the lack of coming back to a table and asking about refills. Or is there anything else? Midway through, halfway through, not until the end after I've pretty much ate everything and then there's an empty glass, they're like, "Oh, would you like a refill?" No, because I'm going to leave. I want out. I just don't want to deal with it. There's very few times that I have been to a point of where telling a waitress, "No, I don't want any more refills. Thank you. I'm good." Because it doesn't happen. They get busy, sidetracked, they're talking to the staff, whatever it may be. And they don't focus on the customer. And it is so vital for that. The other part of that field doesn't have to deal with, but in the sales field you have to deal with, is calling people back. So you give details of what you're looking for. "Here's what I would like. Hey, do you have a used?" "Nope, don't have used, but I'll write you down." I had a 5-subject notebook when I was doing my sales of new, used motorcycles, used ATVs. And there were times I made a sale where the person was in our store from a year later. Might have taken a year to get what they were looking for. But the guy's like, "Holy cow, you remembered." Yeah, I sure did. Because that's my job. My job was to sell things. Not trained that way, wired that way. So if you want your business to go one step higher, one notch higher, and especially you younger crowd getting into this, managing, looking at what's next, where you headed, if you wanted to take a business over, make sure you're good at follow-ups and make sure your intro to talking to people is spot on. That you're going to be your main to separate you. And then at the end, your customer service outweighs everything. Do you take care of the customer if they have a problem, or do you just blow them off? Make sure you look into all that. It's just kind of those things that have been rolling through my head. I loved being in the power sports world. I loved being in the management role. I loved the busyness of it all. But after a while, like I said, 20 plus years of it, it ended up wearing on me. And after my stroke, it ended up wearing on me even more. And I just lost patience with people that kept saying they wanted to be the best, but they didn't want to follow the ways to be the best. So if you want to be the best, you are going to need to make a plan to be the best. That's where it's at. And I don't see, when now we'll flip back to the politics side, I don't see a plan for anybody to say we're going to become the best. So please do your thing, though. At least get out and vote. And then hopefully things will quiet down and settle down on Tuesday next week. Let's just hope. But if you have a business and you want it to become better, you need to make sure you're not so hindsighted that you're thinking that you are the game, because there are better games out there, and there's always people trying to become better as well. So you always have to become better as well. So work with your groups, work with your crowds, work with your customers. Ask your customers, talk to them all. Hey, what'd you like to see? I'm trying to change things up. What's up there? And then also work with your employees and know what's going on in their lives. Know what's going on and what makes them tick. Money, a lot of times, like I have said numerous times on this, money is far from a lot of people's main reason to be there. They want to be part of a great team. They want to feel appreciated. They want to be trusted to do what they're there to do. And you all need to do that together. And the owner cannot just, or the main manager cannot just say, hey, not enough out of you today. Get your ass moving. Need more. We all need to work on that together. So have a great day. That's the Moose Minute Project on a Halloween. Wow, hard to believe already. End of October, going into November. Have a great day. We are a little over a month and 5 days, about 7 days, a month and 7 days from my mom's Baker tournament at the bowling alley. If you're not bowling, it's great. Public will be welcome. There'll be silent auction and raffles and all that stuff. Plus, there's going to be some great bowlers there as well. Great teams, a lot of fun. Drink specials, 50-50 raffles. There'll be a whole lot of stuff there. So it's hard to believe that's only a month and 7 days away. But that's where we're at. And we hope November is good to all of you as well. And if you've got things you want to change, you've got 2 months before the end of the year. And you got some things to work on. But that gives you plenty of time to do it. And looking forward to how this year is going to end for all of us here at Kinetic Creations too. So we are on pace to have a good year. We'd have a better year if we could get all of our parts. But we're working on it, and we'll get through it. But thank you guys so much for all your support on this. It just helps me to clear my mind and to do this out of respect of my mom, who always wanted the best for me and wanted me to give her the best out of me as well. And I hope I'm doing that. So have a great day. I will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project. And as always, take time to bless somebody today as well.